Shri Mayapur Dham ki jai, Shri Navdev Dham ki jai, Shri Jagannathpuri Dham ki jai, Ganga Maiya ki jai, Yamuna Maiya ki jai, Tulsi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Shama Veta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Bo. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to His Divine Grace, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Today we did little longer kirtan. We need more mercy today. Because what can we speak about Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and this Canto 10? Just as a service, we may try. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are continuing our reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. We are on Canto 10, the beautiful lotus face of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? And we have just started yesterday with Sri Gopal Prabhu. Chapter 1, verse 1. Today we will continue with text 2. And today is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's Maharaj's disappearance day. So I'll speak something about glorification about him. Today is half-day fast till noon. My understanding is on the half-day fast, we do the nirjala kind of without water. I'm not sure. At least I'm doing that way. So let us begin. Canto 10, chapter 1, verse 2. Yadosh, sorry, you can repeat after me. Yadosh cha dharma shilasya nittaram munisattam tatra amsena avatirnyasya Vishnu viryani samsa naha. Okay, I read the Sanskrit. Yadosha dharma silasya nitara muni sattama tatram sena vaditirnasya Vishnu viryani samsana. Yadosya dharma silasya nitaram muni sattama tatram sena vatirnishya Vishnu viryani samsana. Yadosya dharma silasya nitaram muni sattama tatram sena vaditirnasya Vishnu viryani samshanaha. Yadosha dharma shilasya Vidara muni sattama tatram senat vitinasya Vishnu viryani samshana. Yadosha dharma shilasya muni sattama Anyone? Yeah, please. Muni Sattama Sansana Nidanasya Vishnu Purnani Samsaya Yatavasana Silasya Idramuni Sattama Tatram Shena Vitanasya Vatinasya Vishnur Vidyani Samsana. Anyone else? Okay. Yadoha of Yadu or the Yadu dynasty. Cha also Dharma Silasya, who were strictly attached to religious principles. Nitaram, highly qualified. Muni Sattam, O best of all Munis, king of the Munis, Sukadeva Goswami. Tatra, in that dynasty, Amsena, with his plenary expansion Baldev. Avatirnasya, who appeared as an incarnation. Vishnu, of Lord Shri Vishnu. Viryani, the glorious activities. Samsa, kindly describe. Naha, unto us. Translation and purports by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami and Praguru Parampara Ki Jai. Translation. O best of the Munis, you have also described the descendants of Yadu, who are very pious and strictly adherent to religious principles. Now, if you will, kindly describe the wonderful, glorious activities of Lord Vishnu or Krishna, who appeared in that Yadu dynasty with Baldev, his plenary expansion. So we can repeat after. O best of the Munis, you have also described the descendants of Yadu, who were very pious and strictly adherent to religious principles. Now, if you will, kindly describe the wonderful and glorious activities of Lord Vishnu or Krishna, who appeared in that Yadu dynasty with Baldev, his plenary expansion. Purport. Let us hear Srila Prabhupada's purport. Sri Brahma Samhita 5.1 explains that Krishna is the origin of Vishnu Tattva. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radhir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme controller. He has an eternal, blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, for He is the prime cause of all causes. Yasheka nivasati kalamathavalambya jivanti lobha vilaja jaganandanatha Vishnur mahansahya yasya kala vishesho govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. This is Sri Brahma Samhita, chapter 5, verse 48. The Brahmas, the heads of innumerable universes, live only for the duration of one breath of Mahavishnu. I worship Govinda, the original Lord, of whom Mahavishnu is but a portion of a plenary portion. Wow. Govinda, Krishna, is the original personality of Godhead. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Even Lord Mahavishnu, who by his breathing creates many millions upon millions of universes, is Lord Shri Krishna's Kala Vishesha, or plenary portion of a plenary portion. Mahavishnu is a plenary expansion of Sankarshan, who is a plenary expansion of Narayan. Narayan is a plenary expansion of the Chaturviha, and the Chaturviha are plenary expansions of Baladev, the first manifestation of Krishna. Therefore, when Krishna appeared with Baldev, all the Vishnu Tattvas appeared with him. Maharaj Parikshit requested Srila Sukadeva Goswami to describe Krishna and his glorious activities. Another meaning may be derived from this verse as follows. Although Sukadeva Goswami was the greatest Muni, he could describe Krishna only partially, amshena, for no one can describe Krishna fully. It is said that Anantadev has thousands of heads, but although he tries to describe Krishna with thousands of tongues, his descriptions are still incomplete. So what to speak of a general person describing? Om Ajnana Timinandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuramitam Yena Tashmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhamitamasya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagadapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. With the blessings of our Guru Parampara, spiritual master, my Gurudev Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, all the assembled devotees, let us continue hearing and reading of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So this is wonderful verse. I mean, this is the time we're waiting for in our life, especially in a conditioned life. The soul, the conditioned soul goes through so much miserable conditions, especially birth, death, old age and disease. On the top, we have Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik miseries. Right? So many miseries come in the different form. And the conditioned soul don't understand why this is happening. The moment the conditioned soul says, yes, it's enough, I'm done with this. Now I want to find something higher than this. Is this the meaning of life? Some take a different route. They commit. We don't want to say the next word, but they commit, right? And they give up life unnecessary, uselessly. In that burden they can't survive. And some very fortunate souls, they come in contact with devotees, especially our Gaudiya Vaishnava devotees, that is Prabhupada, Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, ISKCON Parampara, right? Why? Because Srila Prabhupada and his followers are trying to purely present this Krishna consciousness. They come in contact with us, they come in that contact with that conditioned soul. Nowadays the book distribution is going on and that contact is happening. That soul, that person is hankering. He doesn't know where he can find the happiness. What is that pill he will take which will cure all the misery? They go to chemist warehouse, they go to direct, what is that, some other store, right? And they buy the medicine, a painkiller. But that pain will be killed, not killed. It will be there, you will not feel the effect in that illusion for some time. But pain is there is no cure. And then they go on, life after life. But then the soul comes in contact with a bona fide devotee and he presents this wonderful book, Krishna, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and he says, okay, there you go, read. It has all the answers. And the conditioned soul doesn't accept. They are looking for answers, but then they don't accept. Who is God? And once they start understanding, then they understand, oh, the Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then they ask further questions. That, okay, now I want to understand further more about Krishna. And this is what Parikshit Maharaj, even though he is not conditioned soul, he has seen Lord Krishna in the womb. I mean, how fortunate he is that he has seen Supreme Person in the womb of his mother, just as a baby, tiny embryo, right? Still, he is remembering. So that means, just like a devotional service doesn't deteriorate over the period, similarly, the memories of Krishna, the devotional service we have rendered for Krishna, for Guru, in the assembly of devotees, we will always remember. We will always remember. This is not something which will deteriorate over the period. He remembered. And Narada Muni is another example. He also remembers. When he was a baby, I mean not baby, the child, 5 years old child, and then he served Mahatmas, and then he became Narada Muni. He remembered. And then he remembered what happened as a Upabarna. He remembered that as well. So, Parikshit Maharaj remembered that he has seen. And throughout the whole life, he has heard about Krishna. And now the end time is coming. Within 7 days, he is about to leave his body. And then he is asking, he is waiting for this question. When will I get the opportunity to ask Sukadeva Goswami about Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the most beautiful, the most lovable person in the whole existence. The whole existence. I mean, just as we progress in our devotional life, coming from nowhere to as a devotee, I mean not as a devotee, but as an inquisitive, inquisitive nature. Like what is that? Why these people, Hare Krishna people, going out? Why they are having the japa bag? This person looks like a manager. He is CEO of the big company, but still, look at him. He is living so nice, simple life. He is having these devotional discourses at his home. What is that? Let me find out. He starts joining, and then he comes, and then he starts reading Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. And then he felt like, wow, this is so beautiful. I want to really understand the glorious activities of Krishna. And this is exactly what Parikshit Maharaj is saying. This is for us. He is setting the example that what is that in our life we should be hankering for. He has a fixed time, 7 days and 7 nights from that perspective. But we don't have any fixed time. You are driving so many times, even recently. The crazy people, including myself, sometimes I will become crazy. But we are driving, and then all of a sudden at crossroad, somebody would drive through red light. Especially it happens at night. When you finish your seva, 10:30, and you are going nicely, and somebody will cross in the red light. You are going on a green light, they will cross. And the first word should come out from the mouth is Krishna. Because you never know that accident. So, this is what Parikshit Maharaj is setting. He says, O best of the Munis. So our spiritual master, especially coming in our parampara, trying to follow Srila Prabhupada, may not be able to follow exactly at his level, but at least they are following the principles. That means they are best of the Munis, our Gurus. We have also described the descendants of Yadu, who are very pious and strictly adherent to religious principles. What does it mean? Strictly adherent to religious principles. Yes, bhakti is easy, but then there are certain rules we have to follow. So Krishna doesn't choose dynasty just like that. He doesn't go to the filth. Yes, he goes in the filth in the form of this sunshine. He says, I am the shine of sun and the moon. So he purifies that filth as well. But he takes a glorious Yadu dynasty who are very pious and strictly adherent to religious principles. So if we follow these religious principles nicely, our four regulative principles, chanting Hare Krishna is not, chanting Hare Krishna is transcendental. It's not just a kind of religious principle. It's something mandatory, a devotional aspect. If we follow honoring Krishna Prasadam, then Krishna will appear in our heart as well. Just like he is appearing in Yadu dynasty, he will appear in our dynasty as well, in our heart. Now, he says, if you will kindly describe the glorious, wonderful activities of Lord Vishnu. So we shouldn't take it easy. Just because we have received the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Prabhupada has given us without us asking this way, if you will. We didn't ask Prabhupada like this, if you will. No, Prabhupada, out of his compassion, he presented the first Krishna book. So we shouldn't take it so cheaply, because this book, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam and Krishna book, is the glorious and wonderful activities of Lord Shri Krishna. Is along with Balaram. Here we have Balaramji here. This Balaramji. They appeared Krishna Balaram. So the moment we start reading Krishna book, then Krishna is appearing. And who is that Krishna? Prabhupada writes very nicely. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ishvara Parama Krishna. And then Yasheva Nivashati Kalam Athavalambhya. So many universes. So first he is saying that Krishna is there, and then another aspect of Krishna, that is his expansion, is Mahavishnu is also there. And what is that Mahavishnu? He is just a one portion of Krishna's, the original, the Krishna, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, or the Vishnu, original Vishnu. And of course, this description is given that the categories, like first is Krishna, then Balaramji came, and then Chaturvyuha came. And of course, sometimes if you read in between, there is Narayan. So here it's not mentioned, but then after Chaturvyuha, Narayan is also there, and then another Chaturvyuha. But here is mentioned like that. So Krishna, Balaram, Chaturvyuha, then another Chaturvyuha. So first is Krishna, Balaram, and then Aniruddha, Pradyumna. That means they became 4, Chaturvyuha. So Krishna expanded as Vasudev. And Balaram expanded as Sankarshan. And from them, another 4, same, they came. And then from that, second Sankarshan or second Baldev came Mahavishnu. And who is breathing out all these innumerable universes? So we are just very tiny. We are very tiny. Within one universe, within 14 planetary system, within this Bhumandala, and within this planet Earth, and within that one continent, Australia, within that the tiny city of Melbourne, within that this beautiful temple. So from that perspective, we are just insignificant, and Krishna is the supreme significant, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that Maharaj Parikshit is asking that describe me about that person. So if we learn these pages of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam very nicely, it says, who will understand Śrīmad Bhāgavatam? So 2 people, honest and sincere. Those who are honest in following the principles of devotional life, they are not here for cheating. We can't cheat Krishna. We have to follow nicely. And then sincere, very nicely, sincerely if we just follow, then Krishna will establish in our heart. And that sincerity begins with taking his name. Just yesterday I heard the class, His Holiness Satchidananda Swami, because they have a retreat. He said there are 2 kinds of japa. One is the ordinary japa, and the second is the feeling, with sincerity, with gratitude, that kind of japa. Parikshit Maharaj is showing so much eagerness. He is saying, if you will kindly describe the wonderful, glorious activities of Lord Vishnu, and that Krishna, he has come to us in the form of holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If we just take his name very sincerely, with affection, with feeling, especially for these 2 hours doing the japa, then that Krishna will manifest even in our heart, and we will understand his glorious activities. Otherwise, it will be just superficial. We'll take it as an information. Just information. Not as a transcendental Gyan, and then it will not become Vigyan. Right? So this is about Maharaj Parikshit asking Sukadeva Goswami. And Prabhupada writes in the last paragraph that although Sukadeva Goswami was the greatest Muni, he could describe Krishna only partially, amsena. This is another way we can look at this verse. That's what he's saying. For no one can describe Krishna fully. It is said that Ananda Dev, with thousands of heads, although he tries to describe Krishna with thousands of tongues, his descriptions are still incomplete. So, the more we try to associate and serve Krishna, then the more we will understand. Even though that understanding may not be perfect, but it will be still joyful. So with that, I take a pause on that one, and then because now it's 8:15, we'll take maybe 15-20 minutes for glorification of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. So, we start with his pranam mantra. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pashtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pachayane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Desitane. Sorry, I started with Prabhupada pranam mantra. Thought I should. Then Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pashtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Vashabhanvi Devi Daitaye Kripa Badhye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha. What is that meaning? I offer my respectful obeisances unto His divine grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, who is very dear to Lord Shri Krishna, having taken shelter at His lotus feet. I offer my respectful obeisances to Shri Vashabhanavi Devi Daita Das, that is another name of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, who is favored by Srimati Radharani, who is the ocean of transcendental mercy and the deliverer of the science of Krishna. So, of course, Prabhupada writes, what can I describe about? Because, Prabhupada, now he has many disciples, and then all these festivals are coming. Today is his disappearance day, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's disappearance day. Prabhupada's eternal spiritual master. Then Prabhupada was giving the lecture, the class on that particular day about Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's disappearance. And then Prabhupada described a little bit. After that, he said, what can I say? He was a Vaikuntha person, Vaikuntha personality. So, what can we say about Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati? We can just repeat what we have heard. Before we begin, I thought we offer our prayer. Of course, it says when Vaishnava depart, of course, Vaishnava never departs. They are always there. But from our mundane perspective, from the external vision perspective, that they were in that Vapu form. Now that Vapu form has departed physically. So from that perspective, we sing that Jaya Anilo Premadana. But then I thought we can maybe individually sing that. Rather, I thought maybe we offer our prayer, begging His mercy. Especially today is the day, and appearance is the day when we can beg special mercy from them. Especially He is very dear to Srimati Radharani. Now we are all seeking Srimati Radharani's favor so that we can serve Krishna. Oh Mother Radharani, please engage me in your Krishna's seva. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So even though I'm not a musician, I thought I will sing his bhajan, seeking his blessing for me and for us. If you know the lyrics, or you can go to the website kksongs.org. It's called Ohe Vaishnava Thakur. Normally I sing before reading Srila Prabhupada Leelamrit. So you can open the app and you can repeat after me if you can. Otherwise we can just continue. It's very small but very nice bhajan. O he Vaishnava Thakura Duyara Sagara Edase Karuna Kori. O he Vaishnava Thakura Duyara Sagara Edase Karuna Kori. Diya pada chaya sodho he amaya. Diya pada chaya sodho he amaya. Tomara charana dhori. O he Vaishnava Thakura Dwara Sagara Edase Karuna Kori. Chaya Vega Domi Chaya Dosha Shodhi Chaya Guna Deho Dase. Chaya Sata Sangha Deho Hai Amare. Chaya Sata Sangha Deho Hai Amare. Bosichi Sangira Ase. O he Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara Edase Karuna Kori. Ekagi Amara Nahi Paya Bala Harinama Sankirtane. Tumi kripa kori shraddha bindu diya. Tumi kripa kori shraddha bindu diya. Deho Krishna nama dhane. O he Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara Edase Karuna Kori. Krishna se tomara Krishna dite paro tomara shakati ache. Krishna se tomara Krishna dite paro tomara shakati ache. Ami to Gangala Krishna Krishna boli. Ami to Gangala Krishna Krishna boli. Data pache pache. Ami to Kangala Krishna Krishna boli, Ami to Kangala Krishna Krishna boli, Daitava pache pache. O he Vaishnava Thakura, Dayara Sagara, Edase Karuna Kori. O he Vaishnava Thakura, Dayara Sagara, Edase Karuna Kori. Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur. If you go to YouTube, there is a wonderful, some devotee has created that video where Srila Prabhupada is sitting on the rooftop of, it's Mumbai, I think it's Mumbai. And then he is singing this bhajan, so beautiful. And even the whole video is so nice, Prabhupada. Maybe search. Prabhupada sitting on the rooftop, and then all the devotees, of course our devotees, and also the visitor, the guests are there. And they're coming and offering Prabhupada the flowers. One little girl is there offering flowers. Prabhupada is smiling. Then all the elderly people are there. It's so beautiful. Very nice. So we go through the translation. I just read through. And then we will say a few words about Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, if we can. First, O Venerable Vaishnava, O glorious Vaishnava, devotee of Krishna, O ocean of mercy, be merciful unto your servant. Give us, or give me the shade of your lotus feet and purify us, purify me. I hold on unto your lotus feet. Teach me to control my 6 passions, rectify my 6 faults, bestow upon me the 6 qualities, and offer unto us, or unto me, the 6 kinds of holy associations. I do not find the strength to carry on alone the Sankirtan of the holy name of Lord Hare. Please bless me by giving me just 1 drop of faith with which to obtain the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna. Krishna is yours, and you have the power to give him to me. I am simply your servant, running behind you, shouting Krishna and Krishna. So this is on this wonderful occasion of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's Disappearance Day festival. We can just pray that Krishna is his, Radharani is his, that they can shower their blessings upon us, that they can guide us, give us the spiritual insight, a spiritual transcendental vision, which will remove our ignorance, material ignorance, and we can stick to this process throughout the whole life, and we can do something better for the moment. Not split apart, but combine, bring more together, right? Forgetting and forgiving each other's fault. We can just continue in their shelter. So, of course, there are 6 faults and everything is there. You can read on that kksongs.org website. Now, Prabhupada gave that lecture on Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's Disappearance Day. So, first thing is, it was mentioned that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, of course, he appeared on February 6, 1874. 1874. And Bhaktivedanta Thakur, you know, we have Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, another great Vaishnava Acharya. So, he was a magistrate. Of course, he was living in Kolkata, Bengal, and he was a magistrate. Of course, then he moved to Mayapur, and he was going through this, you know, his magistrate duties. At the same time, he is Vaishnava. He wanted to preach the Lord Vishnu's glories. And then, of course, he understood the message of Lord Chaitanya. He came in, it says, later in his life, he came in contact. He wanted to glorify Lord Chaitanya and spread his Hare Krishna Andolan, Hare Krishna movement all over the world. So he was considering, how should I do? How should I do? What is the hope that this will be continuing? So then he was always praying to Lord Krishna that please send me your Parshad, your servant, your close associate, please send me so that this glorious movement can continue. He was praying like this. And then he got this wonderful son. Of course, he had, 11 or 12 or 13 children. One of them is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. And then, of course, another name of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati is Bimala Prasad. Why? Because he prayed. And then he considered that Bimala Devi, he prayed to Bimala Devi as well, that I want to, preach, I want to glorify Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna. So I want that capable person in my hand so that through him I can spread. So then he got that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. So he's called Ray of Vishnu. Ray of Vishnu. And then Padma Puran, of course, you can read through that as well. And the same applies to Prabhupada as well, because it's similar. Padma Puran says, Padma Puran predicted Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, a very elevated, pure and learned personality would appear in Purushottam Kshetra to spread the glories of Lord Jagannath all over the world. His activities would be very unique. So what happened is, when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was 6 months, it's like in that form, baby form, then what happened is, of course, they are living in Jagannath Puri. So then Jagannath Puri, they have a big Rath Yatra once a year, in July. So that time the cart was passing, Lord Jagannath's cart, Rath, was passing through his house. Because he's magistrate, he has double, triple story house. And then the cart was passing through. And then cart stopped at their place for 2-3 days. And then mother and father decided that, okay, let him darshan. So they brought this Bhaktisiddhanta child to Lord Jagannath's darshan. And then when the child offered obeisances, a small child, mother will say, okay, offer obeisances like this. They will do it, even though it may not be perfect with mantras, but Lord accepts. And then garland fell, Lord Jagannath's garland fell on him. And then Pujari said, yes, he is blessed by Lord Jagannath. So, and then later, after some time, some years, when they were digging out their house for some other reason, then they found Kuruma deity. Kuruma, our Mohini, sorry, not Mohini, but that pastime, Samudra Manthan pastime. Kuruma avatar came, right? So then, Kuruma, so Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he said, I want to worship him. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, yes, you can worship, and then he initiated him. That means he gave that how to do the worship, Pancharatrika Vidhi, how to do the worship of Lord in the Vigraha form. So he did that. And of course some say that he was given a name by his father at that time, Siddhanta Saraswati, but I'm not sure. Some others say by Guru Maharaj, his Gaukishadras Babaji. But anyway, and he wanted to study different subjects, but then his preference or his most inclined study was Vaishnava literature. Vaishnava literature. And he was so expert, he learned everything in small time. And he would debate as well. Once his father was weak, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, then he did that debate with other sampradayas, the big, smarta brahmanas and everyone, and defeated them. And there was a mention, of course this is all there in Gaudiya Vaishnava history, ISKCON Desire Tree website, and Prabhupada's lecture as well. So he delivered his oldest brother, in the sense that oldest brother, somehow he developed that a neurological issue with his body. So then he was going through that suffering. Somebody says because of his, no, not somebody, he himself said. So Bhaktisiddhanta, he chanted continuously for 6 days, without eating, without any water. Continuously for 6 days and 6 nights. Chanted. And then his brother Achyutananda understood, yes, this is because, somehow he understood. The tilak came up here, like. And then he understood, this is because of my offense to a different Vaishnava Sampradaya. And then he purified, and then he left the body. When Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was 22, at the age of 22, he left college to avoid taking householder life. He took up work under the Vaishnava king of Tripura. You know? So, every parents have that desire, their children get married and they have family, they continue that lineage, family lineage. So, similarly, he thought, after, of course, that time 22 is like ripen age for marriage. Nowadays 26, 30, but that time is very good. It was very good that time. Nowadays it doesn't work, but still it's better. So at that age, he thought, my father would make me marry. I don't want to. And father had many other children as well, so that's fine. So I wanted to rather continue on this path and do the preaching. So he left that place and he went to Tripura because he knows that this king is Vaishnava king. He is coming in that Vaishnava lineage. So then he went there and he served as a Raja Pandit, for 3 years. And then, so after some time, it's written there, about age of 26. So what happened is Bhaktivinoda Thakur, now he sees that his son is advancing very nicely, but then, even Bhaktisiddhanta also felt that what is I'm doing here? I'm doing this Raja Pandit, work as a Raj Pandit, but it's not that what I want, really. Rather, I want to focus solely on preaching and developing that Krishna consciousness and preaching. So then he left that job as well. He said to his king that I'm resigning. King also accepted and he gave full pension to him for 2-3 years. And then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati voluntarily said, no, now I don't want pension as well. Otherwise king would continue giving. And then he started accepting this Vaishnava preaching, supporting his father, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, even Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati also felt that I want to take initiation in this parampara. Now Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he considered that just because I'm father, if I give initiation, it may be not appropriate in the sense bodily concept, Rather, I want him to go to a wonderful Vaishnava. And what is that? So, then he said, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. He said, you take initiation from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. So he approached Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. So now Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati is like scholar. He knows all the scriptures, he knows all the literature, other things, and by heart, like he would give a page number as well. And on the top, he has written that Surya Siddhanta thesis. And that's why he got that title, So he was so scholar, whereas Gaur Kishore Babaji, before he was a merchant, but then he has taken up initiation in Babaji lineage, like Vaishnava lineage. But he is living like simple, and he doesn't know even how to write his name. Like he doesn't know all this other stuff. So one side is very high scholar, the other side is like, but from Guru perspective, we shouldn't see the Guru from external perspective. Rather, what he is giving pure Krishna consciousness, that's perfect. Externally, he may be blind, that's okay. He may be not having one leg or hand, that's okay. As long as he is teaching pure Krishna consciousness in parampara is fine. We shouldn't see the external faults. So he approached that, Babaji, I want to take initiation from you. He said, oh, go away. I'm not giving you initiation. I don't give to anyone. Say, no, please give me. No. Then he begged again and again. Just here, Parikshit Maharaj also said, if you will, kindly describe the wonderful, glorious activities of Lord Vishnu. It's a request, not demand. So then he approached again. He said, this time I will ask my Lord Chaitanya. If he permits, then I will give you. So the third time he's meeting, he said, oh, did you ask? What did Lord Chaitanya say? Like that. Even Brahmaji, if you see Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Brahmaji also prayed before the creation, before he execute his task, he prayed for the intelligence, so that a mercy. So this is what the mood we should take before we just start any project. We should, even the little project, giving this Bhagavatam class or Bhaktivedanta class, we should beg the mercy that my spiritual master, please guide me. Oh Krishna, please guide me, purify my words, behavior. At least we should do that way. So he offered, and then he said, yes, I asked. No, I haven't asked. Oh, please ask. Then what did your Lord Chaitanya say? Oh, he didn't say. Then they say, you are worshipping Krishna, you are worshipping Lord Chaitanya. If you don't give me the initiation, who will give me? I want to propagate this Krishna consciousness in this lineage. He said, okay, I give you. So he got the initiation from him. And straight after initiation, he decided that he would do so many millions of rounds or japa, holy names. He will take so many. It's written here, he spent like either 7 or 9 or 10 years, depending on the source, it's written. I understand it was 10 years. That means he would chant 194 rounds every day. 194 rounds. So if you consider 10 years, then number is huge. Like 1223, and then that's first 4 letters. After that, we have 596 and 800. You can't even pronounce. That much long in 10 years. So even Prabhupada, he did that. This is how the strength comes. When we chant nice rounds, the strength will come. Based on our strength, we won't be able to do anything. But the strength, the spiritual strength comes from the holy name, especially Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's the spiritual strength comes. So Prabhupada also did 10 years. He was going, chanting in that temple. Then, we have, very quickly, we have one episode. What happened is, his spiritual master, he left the world, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati's spiritual master, that is Gaur Keshudas Babaji. So that time he had said that once I leave the body, drag my body on the street. I forgot whether it's Vrindavan or Mayapur. Anyway, both are holy places, one of the holy places. So drag my body there. So other disciples, or other so-called these other Babajis, they understood that literally he is saying. So they were ready to drag. And then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati heard and he came straight away. He said, no, you can't even touch the body of our spiritual master. It's not that dragging. He is a pure Vaishnava. His body doesn't require dragging, like as if he has done so many offenses and now he's seeking the blessings. No. And then they were demanding, no, we want to make a samadhi. And Bhaktisiddhanta asked, okay, how many of you have not did the sense gratification for last 1 year? And then 6 months, then 1 month, and then 24 hours. Nobody came forward. And then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati did the needful. So at the age of 44, he opened his first center at Uttaladanga Road in Kolkata. This is the same place where Prabhupada met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati in 1922. Consider the Krishna's arrangement. 1918, he opened the first center, we call it Gaudiya Math or the center. And within 4 years, Prabhupada would come there and got the seed. Why don't you preach in the West? And that means that seed fructified as us, saving us, And then we have to continue. It's interesting. Krishna arranges like that, see? And then he built a temple in Mayapur, 4 temples, in honor of 4 sampradaya, Vaishnava sampradaya. So then in each temple he established the principal Acharya of that sampradaya. Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Nimbarga and Vishnu Swami. And then he started Gaudiya mission in the midst of war and national liberation. Then he stressed on Bhagavad Sampradaya, means preaching and initiating people in the Guru Parampara, in the Krishna Sampradaya, giving Krishna worship, not based on the caste, rather based on the quality. Then he founded 64 mathas throughout the whole India and also other countries like Burma and Germany. And then he left this planet Earth at the age of 62. In the early hours of the day, January 1st, 1937, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, while residing the holy dham of Jagannath Puri, at the age of 62, he left this material, mortal world to again return to the loving pastime of Sri Sri Radha Krishna in Brajalok, the topmost planet in the spiritual sky. And he wrote, just before he left, 2 days before he wrote this, somehow we must become qualified to attain the shelter of Rupa and Raghunath. Always chant Hare Krishna, always preach Krishna consciousness and stay away from Vaishnava Prad. In this way, become qualified to get the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Raghunath. And after that, in 2 days after, he wrote this letter to Prabhupada as well. That you can find later. Okay. Some of the special sentences he has said, very nice. And the only lack we have in this world is Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada repeated this many times. Then Bhaktisiddhanta became so close. Actually, Prabhupada became so close to his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was disclosing his heart to Srila Prabhupada. Even though Srila Prabhupada was a grihastha at that time, but it doesn't matter. The intention that's what it matters. You want to connect with your spiritual master, Guru Parampara, that's what it matters. Right? The intensity and intention, purified. So he said, there will be fire in Gaudiya Math. This is what, and Prabhupada understood that, and he's going on that he wanted to make sure that there won't be any fire in our ISKCON. Time will come when Srila Prabhupada, the Abhay-charan, he will do everything by himself. And that's what he did, Prabhupada. So he got the blessings, right? And then of course, Prabhupada wrote that letters, how can I serve you? And then Bhaktisiddhanta repeated both times, and maybe 3 times as well, that whenever opportunity, preach Krishna consciousness in the West. And then he wrote for the Sajjana Toshni newspaper, he said, whatever Abhay-charan writes, print it. So then, see, Prabhupada, he had that clear vision, Prabhupada's that wonderful prayer offering to his spiritual master, that he understood that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati appeared to destroy the Mayavadi philosophy and establish this Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhant. Right? Sinha Guru. So here, another nice big statement he said is, I want to sell the marble of the temples and print books. So if you ever get money, print books and distribute. And this is why Srila Prabhupada was pushing on writing and printing and distributing the books. You know that pastime, 17 volumes in 2 months. And then another very nice important aspect, he showed Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. He would make 2 disciples speak each other's good appreciation, He would do that. Appreciate each other and not criticize. This is our overall Vaishnava spirit. Yes, correction could be there, but the overall is the way you say appreciate. Sandwich model. Then he said builds GBC and continue preaching and managing the Gaudiya Maths. And that's what Prabhupada established, GBC for us. So that our preaching can continue. Right? And, okay, now Prabhupada's, this is the last part. Now Prabhupada's. In a lecture in 1973, on the occasion of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's Disappearance Day observance, Srila Prabhupada, in the same ecstatic mood, spoke. This is what he spoke. Anyway, it is by His grace I was forced to give up my family life. And He brought me some way or other in preaching this gospel, His gospel. So, this is a memorable day. About the Disappearance Day, he said, what he desired, I am trying a little bit and you are helping me. So I have to thank you more. You are actually representatives of my Guru Maharaj. Because you are helping me in executing the order of my spiritual master or my Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much. Prabhupada was so emotional mentioning this at that time. You can hear in the tape. So this is the mood we take, that we can just help, not that help, but that seva will purify us. And his biography, if you want to read, then his biography is written by His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. The title is Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Vaibhava. And there is another one, Ray of Vishnu. That's the book. It's by Rupa Vilas Prabhu. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he presented his 7 different literatures, of course, ongoing magazines. Sajjana Toshni, a fortnightly Bengali. Then The Harmonist, an English fortnightly. Then Gaudiya, a Bengali weekly. Then Bhagavat, a Hindi fortnightly. Nadia Prakash, a Bengali daily. Somebody asked, oh, why you are putting a Nadia Prakash every day? Like, what is that you are writing every day? We will feel like a same story, same pastime. This, all these different pastimes, we may feel like, oh, okay, we have heard. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati responded to that comment, is that this small city, if they have 5 newspapers and they are writing every day something, so why can't we write daily about the unlimited spiritual activities of Lord Shri Krishna and His eternal associates coming down from Golok Vrindavan and doing the Leela here. And then he wrote Kirtana, Assamese monthly, and Paramarthi in Oriya. So this is how Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati propagated Krishna consciousness. And especially his greatest contribution for us is Srila Prabhupada. He gave that order, preach in the West, so we can be saved. So with this, we stop here. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Granthra Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki Jai. Ananta Kuri Vishnu ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Any question, comment? No question, no comment? Okay, no problem. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you for listening. Hare Krishna.
Antarangam Kandar Ako Nigamaniya Vishesha Shobha
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakalem Priya Priti Manti Vasyanti Panti Kayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam
Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna